Croatia, Austria, Denmark, Turkey, Slovenia, our hosts, Belgium, Norway and Ireland on the outside, who make a good getaway with Jack Raftery, will have confidence flowing through his veins after going sub 45 for the first time and just continuing the success that Ireland have had over the 400 metres and sprints generally. And I'm sure they really wanted to show that here after coming up from the 3rd division. But have a look here, Jonathan SACOOR on this opening leg for Belgium, 2 times a world indoor champion in this 4x4 and 2 times a European champion, 9 medals across worlds and Europeans, indoors and out. But Rok FERLAN, he's roared on by the crowd. It's going to be very close as they continue in their lanes. Well, Ellen, we're waiting to see what Charlene Maudsley can do on the last leg. Henriette JÄGER, it's going to be a fantastic finale.
Absolutely, and we'll have Anita HORVAT as well going for Slovenia on that final leg, and Slovenia have made an excellent start, haven't they? Rok FERLAN, as you said, being urged on, and great closing speed from him. There's a real jostling for position behind, but Slovenia, as you said, our hosts who have hosted spectacularly over the course of, well, not just the last 2 days, but the last week, if you include the 3rd division as well. And they've really brought the energy. And now it is gritted teeth for Slovenia. And POGOREVC, who is driving and giving everything as she comes towards her next teammate in the handover.
So on to this 3rd leg, it's Slovenia, Norway, Ireland, really clear gaps, and Belgium, what happened to them on that leg? Way back. Vanessa SCAUNET was on that 2nd leg. Daniel SEGERS picking up the baton, perhaps 2 of their lesser experienced athletes. They will still have a good final leg, they would hope, from Naomi van der Broek, who's the team captain and won the 400 hurdles. But out front, this battle now, very close between the teams who are in 2nd and in 3rd in the overall standings. Slovenia and Norway with Havard Bendal, Inge Valsen. What a talent he is, in the footsteps of the likes of Carsten Warholm. The Irish team with Callum Baird on this 3rd leg, making up good ground in fact and managing that gap. So JÄGER had to check back there, and that allows HORVAT to stay in contention, and crucially it gives Charlene Maudsley an opportunity here, and she's never an athlete shy of taking one. I remember seeing her at the 2017 Euro team. She did the 4x1 and the 4x4 back to back, and to be honest, she's made progress pretty much every year since then. But JÄGER, who's absolutely obliterated Norwegian records and is such a wily fox of a competitor out front, and it's not going to be easy for Maudsley to reel her in. So looking for a final flourish then, the Norwegian team with JÄGER, Maudsley for Ireland, HORVAT. Clear gaps for the 1-2-3. Norway get another victory here in 3:13.66, half a second faster, or thereabouts, than the Slovakian team. And what a run it was as well. They brought in the big guns for the finale, wanting to leave nothing to chance at the very end. And all credit to JÄGER, because 1.2 second gap open up on Charlene Maudsley in the end. It was much closer than that with 400 to go. Maudsley, obviously we've talked about really tragic personal circumstances with the very sad passing away of her father. All credit to her for putting on that green vest again, as she loves to do, and getting 15 points for her team. Slovenia, they will join Norway and Belgium up, barring a disqualification. Don't think we saw any clear lane infringements, but the officials will have an eye out on that.
Yep, they'll always take a look, but nothing that seemed particularly alarming, of course, to us, as you say, Alex. And here's a look back at that first leg as we fly quickly through the highlights, and it was an excellent finish from Rok FERLAN to hand over in such a good position. Unable to hold on, they had such tough competition around them. And well, we looked, didn't we, at whether Turkey could do it, whether Norway already had this in the bank. And while it's never a given, particularly in the relays, we know that so much can go wrong. We saw that, of course, today Belgium, I'd expect them to be up and fighting at the front, and that's not necessarily the case. But Norway did the job, and they did it to perfection.
Well, Ellen, overnight, Turkey were in 6th. They were 32.5 points off promotion, and near the end of today, after that steeplechase and before the javelin and mixed relay were taken into account, they were 1 point off. So that is a heroic performance, given that one of their bankers in the 400 hurdles was DQ'd.
Yep, absolutely, and it does make for, I'm sure, heartbreaking reading for those who are supporting Turkey when you look at the points finishing on 300.